Hi friend, it's Pat Sloan here. Does this look familiar? Looks like Friday, right? Well, this is the real Friday that I'm taping this, and I just left everything up because I want to get some of that sewn. I have the chicken salad blocks to sew, and then row 2 to row 1. We're going to sew pumpkins. The royal I will be sewing the little mini pumpkins because I want to get the other set of them finished. All I have to do is put the stems on. See, look, here's one. So cute. And then set them into the little quilt, plus the Matchstick mug rug. So I want to sew the Matchstick mug rug, and I have another video for you of when I was sewing on the houses. Oh, and before I forget, the celebrations for today are farm animals, so share any quilts you have with farm animals on them. That's a popular topic. Fabrics or images, farm animals. It's Guardian Angel Day, and today in 1950, Charles Schulz put out Charlie Brown. A big, big love of our ambassador Laura and me. Snoopy is the best. All right, here we go. So let me see. Before we get to all that, I want to show you some other goodies. So hang on. It is October 2nd, so that means fall. And in my world, I have to have these spiced wafers in the fall from Sweat Souls. My Nana and Papa would always get these in central Pennsylvania, and they're really hard cookies, but they're super, super flavorful, spice flavors. I love them. You can, of course, can dunk them in your coffee or whatever. Speaking of coffee, which is mine's iced, but thank you for those of you who have sent me Starbucks cards. Mwah. I love them. This is my regular latte, decaf with a splash of soy. So in case you're wondering what I drink, because I'm still celebrating. It's coffee celebrations, but like every day is coffee day for me. So I've got these, and then I got a bunch of goodies in. I got some things that I ordered, and I just want to show you. And I'm wearing this because we're going to look at this first. My friend Kate Spain, who has been doing the graphics for my t-shirts, all the t-shirts, all the different graphics, Kate and I collaborate, and she does the artwork for me. This is what she designed for a fundraiser for Ukraine when the war first broke out. And I love this sunflower. All of you love this sunflower so much. She decided to do a fabric line with this sunflower image and other images. So I want to show it to you because it is in stores. It's called Sunflowers in My Heart. And first of all, it has a panel. Look at this. Look at the panel with, isn't that pretty? Look at this. Just the panel like this would be so cute with just a border on it as a little lap quilt. You could just put a border or two, like a little inner border and then a nice outer border, and just quilt it up. It would be so pretty. Or like as a backing for a project, or then of course you could cut these up and put them into things. Let me show you the fabric itself. Of course, I didn't prep this well enough. Here we go. Let me just hold on. Let me stop a sec. So the sunflowers themselves have a little heart in the middle. See, isn't that precious? And it has this navy colorway. So this is a layer cake, which is 10-inch squares. There are tons of fabulous projects using a layer cake. She's got the blues. Kate is just a wonderful, wonderful designer. She does graphics for a lot of different products, not just fabric. Her products have been in stores, on paper, on goods. Look at this blue. I have not closely gone through here. I've just kind of looked at it online. Look here. Look at that in the paisley. So awesome. So awesome. Look at this big print. See, now this, if you just wanted to do those hearts with like this as a border or something, or one of any of these, like that as a border. And so there's a lot of duplicates in the layer cake. Not all, with the layer cake, you're not going to get one of everything. Some of them you'll get two. Just depends on how many pieces are in the fabric line, and then the manufacturer decides what will be duplicated. So what they think would make a good mix. Look at the yellow. Oh, that, you could just see a whole bedspread with that. Then there's a white on white in here, which is just beautiful. Beautiful white on white with that mosaic. And then the yellows, like that mosaic is a white on white. There's the yellow background. I love yellow. Love it. Look at this little print. And then here are these sunflowers on yellow. And then there's a different paisley, different, you know, shading colors, and then into green. Some greens with turquoise, green with turquoise. There's a green little print, and the green sort of that tile like a mosaic. There's another kind of mosaic that even looks more like Italian tile. Look at this green. I love how she did like a light green. So you know, it's a green on green. And then here's the same thing, green. Well, this is like green on turquoise. I guess it's green on like a light aqua. There we go. There we go. Look, oh, how beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a layer cake pattern and do for this because it is awesome. Then I think there's a couple more there. Look at that. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It is so pretty. Now she also has, there's a couple patterns out, but I like this sunflower. I don't know if you would call them sunflowers, but they're flowers, big flower heads on, you know, stems. They are so cool. I really like those. So something else I got for myself. This is an exclusive charm bracelet that the Moda has done, and it's with Kath Holden's, and you know I led her fabric, and so look at that. There are not many of these left. So if you want one of these, I'm linked you down below. You better hurry. All right, so then I got some cross stitch, you know, because I'm such a big cross stitcher. You know, I like this one. I got to do this one. And then there's a sampler version. And both of these have PDFs, so you can just download the PDF as well. These are from Robin Pickens, and she uses some of her fabric behind there. She's also a fabulous designer and a friend. And then here's a few things that I also had to have. The floss biddies that are pumpkins, and they're like an acrylic, you know, like the other floss biddies are, but they are just so cute. Look at this. You can put like the full skein and this like another string up there to keep one that's in progress. Just so cute. So now I had to put my floss on there, you know, for my big cross stitching. And then here is I like these rings. I have one of these already, and here they're putting the floss biddies on them. I love those. Now I also picked up this pattern because it's called Barnstar by Lila Boutique, and it uses 8 fat quarters plus some other fabric. But I like the image of it, and I always have. So I thought while I was doing that order, I might as well toss that in the bag. So there you are. Okay, the last thing the Fat Quarter Shop sent me, and they have this big bag. It's the mesh, which I really love that mesh, but it is huge, and it's got a gusseted bottom. You know, it's got great big handles on it. So like you basically could take your quilt in it, I think. You know, like a nice size quilt. You could fit in here if you've got to take it to someplace to show it or deliver it. You could put it in the bag, but the bag has a gusseted bottom, which means that it folds out like that, so that it has you know, a little better, yeah, so it has like a base on it, the gusseted bottoms. So this is a big bag. I like it. I think what we'll do next is we'll do the matchstick quilting. I will put my walking foot on. Where is it? Several of you wanted to know about my walking foot, and for Baby Lock, for the big computerized machines, the walking foot is plugged in. That's what you see here. It's actually plugged into the machine, and the machine, and it talks to the machine for tension and, you know, pressure and whatever things it does. And so that's why it's a little bit chunkier than what you see for machines that are not having it actually hooked to the computer of your big the big machine that it's attached to. So I will put this on and get the little quilt sandwich, little 6.5 inch square, and we will do a mug rug with matchstick quilting. So I have a 6-inch quilt square to do just a mug rug, and this is my porch swing. you know, you're not going to be able to see much on that. So I put white on the back, which is what I'll quilt with, quilt on that side. There's also batting in between. They're fused with a spray glue, you know, basted and ready to go. Now I have one little clip from the houses. Let me show you that first. I thought I'd show you the guide beam here. Right now I've got on my Baby Lock Solaris, it's a double guide beam, so I've got 2 lines, and the outer line, which is called the sub line, is not quite on the stitches. So what I can do is I've got controls, so I can move that guide beam. See how it moved? So I can put it where I want. Now of course my lines are not perfect, but that helps a little bit just to shift it over so that I can kind of keep where I am. Whoops, hopefully you can see the lines. Yeah, so there we go. So I can kind of keep that left one on that was the center of the channel, and so I'm splitting, as I split this, the center of the channel, like here, so that's this one, and now I'm splitting each of those to get the skinnier matchsticks. So also, let me just take you out to the end here. I just thought you might like to see the end, and then I'm going to show you how this is laying on my koala table. So I've got my koala table, and because I have this big back area, that's where I stand when I'm on the other side. Recognize that? And I just leave it flat. There we go. This particular piece is small enough that by the time I'm here at the end, it does not fall off there, because if it fell off there, it would drag, it would pull, it would basically stop me from quilting, and so I do not want my quilt to fall off the back side. But this one is a fantastic size, so if you actually wanted to try this and do this pattern, it's a PDF download. If you don't have a panel for here, you can just make 4 houses, or you could just use a big piece of fabric where the panel is, or some other panel you have. You look around, you probably have a panel that would fit in there. But it's a really fabulous one to practice on because it's a super good size. And then the back is looking like this. So can you see that? So here's where I'm, you know, just run off the end. So that's all going to just get cut off when I trim. And you can see all the beautiful matchstick quilting. Few people ask me on my machine, like, what stitch length, what tension control. So this is a panel of the Baby Lock, the Baby Lock Solaris. This is the panel. Baby Lock panels are going to be very similar. You have sort of electronic machines which have a lot of options. They'll be very similar. So here's my stitch length. I just have to press down 1. I'm going to do that's a shorter, and back to regular, and up 1. So I'm going to do 3 because I want it a little bit longer than my average, which is set here. That's what I piece with. I'm going to do a little bit longer for this quilt sandwich for the matchstick. And then the tension, I want to have a little less tension, so I'm taking it down to 3.8. And so that's what I'm doing. Also, I will be using this peach color thread, and I'm going to just go ahead and finish winding the bobbin. And so let me just, oops, what am I doing? Okay, start. So I'm going to go ahead and wind the bobbin. And I'm using the peach color because this, you know, you're not going to be able to see the peach on the black. You're not going to see anything on the black. It's just useless to do a demo on this fabric, but that's what I want the top of it to be. So we're going to quilt it from the back, and I put white, you know, so that you can see what I'm doing. So when I'm stitching, I'll be doing with this peach, which you should be able to see as I'm going along. I have the guide beam on for my Baby Lock Solaris. This is a built-in guide beam that comes on many Baby Lock machines. So there we go. So we're just going straight across, and these mugs are so small, everything goes really quick, and I just go out the end. Now when I have a lot more fabric, like with the houses, I still only go just a little bit past. I don't need to stitch into that part at all. I just need to go a little bit past the edge of the fabric, and then I will cut it. Now I will do, I'm just going to go the same direction, and I want to do the width of the, let's see, I'm going to do the width of the foot, like on the side here. So the side of the foot is following all the way down. So that would be doing a channel. If I do this same width all the way down, which is about a ½ inch. And I think a ½ inch is fine. Like if you are a person who likes to mark everything, you certainly can mark it all. Okay, so let me do all the channel. So I've half the channels done. I can either rotate it and do the other half all the same way. You really don't get the puckering just on one. Or you could keep it this way and stitch from this side. You know, just the edge is over here. So either way, I mean, your needle is in the middle. So it's really just however your brain sort of works for the process. Okay, let me finish those. Now I'm ready to take this and sew down the middle. This is about a ½ inch, which means this will be about a ¼ inch, and then when we have it again, it'll be 1/8 of an inch. But I would like this guide beam, like I showed you the other day, to be more on this line to help me out. So we'll come over here, and on the Solaris you have two guide beams. You have the main guide beam, and then you have this, the sub, you know, the second guide beam. You can see it there on the panel. So all I have to do is move the line. Let me show you. So I am, whoops, oh great, I just closed the panel. So okay, here we go. I want to move it. Sorry, I've got the leg of the camera sticking out. Alright, so that'll get me about right. You know, I don't make straight lines, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. But there, now it's approximately on the line, and I'm good to sew. I am going to just then, you know, keep that right one on the sewing line. I don't need to look at the center one. I just need to look at the right one. Whoop, got a little off. Working one-handed. So. And at this point then, I would want to sew in the middle, like right here. So now I need the guide beam to come over, back to the left. There we go. Right? So that's about, whoops, oh, off the fabric. Okay, so that's about halfway. And I'm doing this in half, which means there'll be 1/8 channels. And that is going to be how the mug rug looks. So let's look at the other side, just to see if you can see it on the black fabric. So there we go. So I will be doing half in here, and then do the same thing on all of them. But here is the back side. So you can see how it's going. So that'll be good. So I can use this side, or if I wanted, I could have a white mug rug, and I'll bind it in black. All right, let me sew the rest of this. Now I have all of the original channels split. So everything now is like at a ½ inch, except for the 1/8 inches that I've already done there. So I'm going to go back. Just all I have to do is go back through all of these, and it's only taken me about 3 minutes to do this. And it's done. Here you go. Here you go. There's on the white. That's Promise Me, the white, and this is the porch swing, the big daisy. And so there you can see the peach. The whole thing took about 7 minutes. So it's going to probably take you longer than 7 minutes to put the binding on your little mug rug than to actually quilt the mug rug. And you will get to try something new and fun. So I have collected just a couple pictures of your challenge matchstick quilting off my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Let me show you. Marie used a fabric with this darling little owl on it. Look how sweet that is. And I'm very impressed with the bindings. Everybody got binding on. This is meaning I need to put my binding on. Let's look at Laura, our ambassador. Here she has it with her sweet little featherweight. I think she told me she did this when she took her featherweight over someplace. She was going someplace to sew. And then a close-up of hers. Now she practiced doing channel on one side and the matchstick on the other. So you can mix it up any way you like. Sandy found a block. Look at this block. Oh, so cool. She found this block from 1996 in her parts department. Oh, way to go to finish that block from 1996. Lynette did a heart. It's beautiful, beautiful. Love the binding. I'm jealous. You all have binding. Barb did the tree. Super cute. Look at this. And you can really see the matchstick quilting on the tree because she left that white. Elaine, she also found a big half square triangle in her parts department. She added a border to it, and now she has a cute little mug rug, all matchstick quilted. Marcia did a pumpkin. Look how sweet that pumpkin is. That's just darling. She's got hers all with the binding on. Lisa, beautiful. She has a block that was in her parts department and did the matchstick quilting on it. Then we're going to wrap it up with Sue, who did a hummingbird, and this one she didn't like applique it down. She used the matchstick quilting to be appliquing it down, so it's all locked down under the matchstick quilting. Perfect. Thank you everybody for taking the challenge and sharing. Isn't that fun to see all the different things? This is what you use as a little extra block that you have for, and they can be bigger than a 6-inch square. They can be, the 12-inch block could be like a trivet. How cool is that? Okay, so I was inspired. I did go ahead and put my binding on. Here it is, what I use, which is also from the porch swing, and then the back. So there you go. You can see, I could put it straight, right? Well, maybe there. There it is, all stitched. Okay, so we have we're kind of running out of time. So a couple things here. One is that I wanted to give a report and a thank you about our ambassador Suzanne's her daughter's family dog Ember, her grand dog. So Ember is doing better. And her family has sent you a little message, so please listen. I'll read it to you. We cannot express how touched and thankful we are that you showed such kindness in sharing our story about Ember on your YouTube channel. It truly meant a lot to us. Because of the thoughtfulness and generosity of you and your subscribers, this situation no longer feels impossible to us. We feel a very heavy weight has been taken off our shoulders, and for that we are so grateful. Thank you all so very much, Mike, Eve, Ren, and Rowan. I am ever so grateful to such a wonderful and loving community that we have here that supports each other. If you didn't watch the other video, Ember had some emergency surgery, the dog, and it was used up all of the medical insurance, and so we were hoping that some of you may want to help out this small young family with a very unexpected big bill, and it's just so gracious of you. Mwah, mwah. You are an amazing community, so generous. Now, pumpkins, because we're basically out of time today, but I am going to still sew and film, which you'll see it into the next few days, because I have all the little squatty pumpkins done, and I just have to put the tops on the next on the tall pumpkins. Whoops. So I will, whoops, they're all falling on the floor. So here's the tall pumpkin. Everything's falling on the floor. So I'm going to work on these and the setting, and I'll be filming it and showing it to you, and you'll see little segments of that, plus the barn star, plus the chicken salad. I will be doing those over the next few days and just popping in videos. So I'll be wearing whatever I'm wearing to do that. You'll see it then. Okay, my friends, matchstick quilting. This is your challenge, and I hope a few more of you give it a try. It doesn't take that long, and it's sort of fun to do a very small piece like this for my challenge. And let me know if you enjoy these challenges. This is the second one I've done, and if they're fun, I'll keep doing one each month. Find something for us to try out and experiment with. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.